All right, fantasy owners, this shortened season is finally coming into an end after this week. With only 1 week remaining, basically all of the playoff spots are locked up. Coming up at number one will be Mexico. Unless Sweden somehow comes back and beats Detroit today, and then also wins next week while Mexico loses, I think Mexico locks up the number one. Number two is totally up for grabs then. Sweden losing this week to Detroit would mean Tampa and him are tied, Tampa having the most points for. But obviously, if Sweden can win this week, we'll have a game edge over Tampa, so making it very important for next week. So three currently is Tampa, but he might be two after today. And then number four is Gitmo. Gitmo and Cuba both had a big win this week, so they're both knocked at 4 and 5. And then the sixth spot, which was still up for grabs. Right now, LVC is in the sixth spot with the same record as Cuba and Gitmo at 8 and 8. But with the loss this week to Gitmo, he'll fall to 8 and 9, while Cuba and Gitmo are 9 and 8. I mean, he really needs some help, and fortunately, Belgium lost this week. So Belgium is still a game back and has lower points for. So it really looks basically impossible for Belgium to get into the playoffs. He'll need to basically outscore Las Vegas next week by over 100 while winning and him losing. So it looks pretty unlikely. It looks like the playoff spots are locked up in terms of that. There just might be some late shuffling, especially if maybe Cuba wins and Gitmo loses next week, vice versa. So we could see something there. And so again, as a reminder, once the playoffs start, the matchup acquisition limit will go down to 3. And the first week, each matchup is 1 week. The first week will be 3 versus 6 seed, and the 4 versus 5 seed. I believe we still have the setting set up for like a 10-point advantage if you have the better seed. But other than that, everything's pretty straightforward, just the 1 week. And then after that, the lowest seed will then face the number 1 seed. And then the best seed winning from, I guess you call the wild card weekend, would then move on to face the 2 seed. So that's about it. I want to thank everyone again for playing this year. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully it seems like everyone is willing and wants to come back next year. We can figure out, maybe there's always at least a team or two that we'll have to figure out. But in terms, we can do keepers again this year. We didn't do them last year, but we'll do the standard 3 keepers being batters and 2 keepers being pitchers. And we'll also get to discuss, too, what we want to do with the pitching situation. Because obviously there was a lot of pitchers this year. Brandon Woodruff, Tyler Glasnow, who had relief pitcher and starting pitcher eligibility, but we couldn't use them due to the current rules. So maybe we'll just get rid of relief pitchers entirely. There's some options that we can do to try to figure out what's the best way to get around it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Thanks.